Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining the virtual information session of the Department of Health Sciences. Yeah, we have seven faculty members. That is a majority of our faculty members and our program coordinator here. So we will today. Our plan is that we are going to give a brief introduction about this our program, what we are doing, and with a degree from health sciences, what you can do in the future. And also because I think we are most of our faculty members are here, I think it is a good opportunity for you to ask any questions you may be interested in. And we will be very happy to answer your questions. And after the session, also please feel free to reach out, and we will be very happy to get connected and answer your questions and support you when trying to make a decision what you want to do in the future. Let me introduce myself a little bit. My name is Zhen. I have a PhD in gerontology from the University of Southern California. And my research area is about disasters and older adults' health and well-being. And we will go to our other faculty members very briefly later. Can you see my screen? Everyone? Yes? Okay, thank you. So, this is just a very brief introduction about our college and our department. Our college is really focused on health, and we have graduate and undergraduate programs. We have two undergraduate programs, and the health sciences department is one of them. So we have just covered different areas, and our department is undergraduate program degree that we are preparing our students for their future success by applying to different professional schools or go to their dream job. So this is our department. We have several faculty members here. So we will start from Dr. Michelle Espaza, and then we will go to next faculty members to introduce themselves very briefly. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this virtual session. I wish we could do it in person. Much easier for all of us to get the feel of one another, but I'm hopeful that this will give you the information that at least you need to get started. As you can see there, I'm a doctor of physical therapy and have been involved here as an undergraduate anatomy professor. This is my first semester doing so. I spent 24 years at the Rinker campus in the Department of Physical Therapy. So been around Chapman for a long time, and hope that I can be of some service to any of you. Nice to meet you. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our session. I wish I could see all of your faces, but I can't, so it's nice to meet you. My name is Allison Fisher, and I am also a brand new faculty here. I have a PhD in physiology, and I am teaching physiology, human physiology A, and also labs for Part B. Welcome.
Oh, I'll go next then. My name is Frank Frisch. I'm in the area of applied human physiology, one of the areas of study. But our whole entire team shares the workload of the department, and we all have a certain degree of overlap in the curriculum, and enough overlap that we can serve whatever needs you have in terms of a curriculum.
Okay, thank you. So, yeah.
Oh, I was going to say I can jump in after Frank. My name is Jim Perkimer. I'm a physical therapist by training as well. Doctorate degree in PT, a master's in PT, a master's in sports medicine. So I kind of have a broad brush stroke, so to speak, and teach courses in anatomy. Help Dr. Spars in anatomy, and I help Dr. Fisher in physiology, and I teach biomechanics and a few other things. So we're excited to see everybody.
Hi, I'll go next. I'm Ken Sumida. I'm not new. Been here for a while, unfortunately. Not, I'm kidding. Fortunately. Love teaching and looking forward to meeting all of you in person if you decide to come to Chapman.
Hi, everybody. I'm Caroline Wilson. That's me in the picture at the bottom there, and Dr. Frisch above me. showing off our anatomy lab. That's our tissues and our anatomage tables, and we'll talk more about those later. I teach anatomy lab. I also am the director of the neuroscience minor, and that's why I love brains. As you can see, I'm pointing at one right there. Yeah, so I teach the intro neuro and applied human neurophysiology as well. Excited to learn more about you and hear your questions later.
Hi, everyone. My name is Erica Orahola. I am the program coordinator for the Department of Health Sciences. I'm going to be helping out by managing chat. So if you guys end up having any questions towards the end or even during the presentation, do feel free to type out your question. Or at the end, feel free to unmute yourself and we'll help make sure you get your questions answered.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Okay, so our students, and I would say that we have a really a diverse population and a very diverse students background, but all our students are interested in health and human performance, and they are really wonderful students. I have worked with our students, on research projects and in classroom, in community gathering. I just feel very proud of our students. And our students also participate in different types of sports and clubs and arts and other areas in addition of academic studies. So our major is health sciences. You may want to know what is health sciences and how this major can support you. And we will go to details when we talk about different area of studies and different career goals. But just in our major, you are going to get training in basic science and behavioral science and all these kind of courses and have capstones, and this kind of training will really help the students to understand the human body, various medical professions, and patient-centered healthcare. So especially our program will help students to go to their next step, go into graduate programs, and for the admission of in healthcare graduate programs and in other career goals they may want to reach. So what do our majors do? You can see there's a long list of things we can do. I will turn this a little bit to Dr. Herkimer because Dr. Herkimer is teaching our 101 Introduction to Health Professions. So I think that Dr. Herkimer will give us a very brief review about what you are going to, kind of what different career paths you may think and what you are going to learn in our Introduction to Profession class in the first semester of your time at Chapman. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kong. I think oftentimes we come to school with a distinct desire to be a physical therapist or a physician, and then our mind gets altered, it gets changed a little bit along the way. One of the things that we do early, first semester of your freshman year, is we offer a course, an introduction to health professions, and it's really designed to give students an opportunity to see what the really broad path of a health sciences degree can lead one down, and so we bring in specific professionals. We bring in physicians and physical therapists and osteopaths and occupational therapists. We bring in all of these professionals to sort of share their story, and it gives students an opportunity to really learn all of the different things that they can do that they may not even thought of. And this is a list. It's not a complete list. There are so many things that one can do with a degree in health sciences. And I think that's one of the important pieces to sort of always keep in mind is where I start may not be in the direction that I'm moving, may not be where I end up, but you'll have the foundation to go in a multitude of different directions.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so we have three areas of study which will just basically direct you to different kind of career goals in the future. So I think the first is allied healthcare. And I will turn this to Dr. Sumida and other faculty members who want to talk about this allied healthcare area of study.
All right, I'll go ahead and address this. So, as previously indicated, the goal is to help you fulfill the admissions requirements to get into a healthcare program, whether it be being a nurse practitioner, a physician assistant, occupational therapist. So, all of these different graduate programs in healthcare will have different admissions requirements. So, if you were to choose this area of study called allied healthcare, the purpose of this is to help you complete those admissions requirements to get into graduate school. What we don't want to happen is have you pay all this money to go to Chapman and then you're 1 or 2 classes short and you can't get in. Then we did you a disservice. So in this context, this area of study has some basic science courses that are required for you to take, but then also depending upon the area that you would like to pursue, has elective choices. So for example, if you want to be a physician assistant, then one of your elective choices might be microbiology and genetics, because those are the requirements to get into a PA program. If you want occupational therapy, their elective choices might center more in psychology and behavioral. So again, the goal is to help you fulfill the admissions requirements to get in. And in that context, we also have what's called a pre-health committee, and we will help you. If you were to get in or be invited for an interview, we will perform mock interviews. If you want assistance writing your personal statement, because you do have to submit one, we won't write it for you. But if you submit it to us, we can give you some suggestions in terms of how to make it better. So again, our goal is pretty simple. If you get into a graduate program, we look good. And if you do well in that graduate program, we look even better. We're kind of selfish. We want both. We want you to get in and we want you to succeed. Okay, so that's the allied healthcare. I hope that helps.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sumida. Any addition from other faculty members for this one? Dr. Frisch, do you want to add something?
No, I think Dr. Sumida did a great job. I mean, in the modern world, going 4 years of college really is just the entree to a specialty and employment. And my counsel would be any of these 3 areas that you want to study. And I'm just trying to read the latest chat about changing the area of study. Yes, you can change the area of study. You should, Ken, you probably could help me. I don't know when you can't change your area of study, but yes, you're allowed to toggle between the 3 areas of study for a while. I don't think you can do it in your senior year, but I'll defer that to anyone else.
Yeah,
Generally don't change in your senior year.
Yeah, changing in your senior year would probably be too late, but that's one of the purposes of the Introduction to Healthcare Professions class that Jim actually conveyed earlier. The purpose of that class is basically to help you figure out what you want to be when you grow up. I know it's a major decision that you're going to make in your life, and that's the purpose of that class. So once you decide, that will help you dictate which area of study would you like to pursue that will help you fulfill the admissions requirements for a graduate program. So in that context, if you end up deciding that you like to change, you can, and probably the best time to do that might be after your freshman year or maybe into your sophomore year. There would be plenty of time to change, but once you get into your junior and senior year, that might be a little bit too late. But that gives you 1.5, maybe 2 years to make the decision if that's what you want to continue to pursue or change your mind. And it's a free country, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so now let's talk about our second area of study, applied human physiology. And I will see whether Dr. Herkimer and Dr. Espasa want to talk about that or any other faculty member want to talk about it. Thank you.
Sure, I'll start. I can speak for myself to some degree, is that when I was applying to graduate school the first time, there was a lot to navigate and we didn't have much help. It was trying to get a hold of the different requirements that are, being asked for prerequisites from all these different universities, from different graduate programs, in addition to trying to navigate the current undergraduate catalog and figure out what courses you needed for your degree. I had a minor as well. And so it ends up often where you make a mistake or you just have so many classes that you don't get done in the 4 years. And I'm super impressed with our department and Chapman overall that they have done this. We have these 3 areas of study. Doesn't mean you're locked into it, but it means that if you have an idea of where you're heading, your degree, your prerequisite courses are all on track to get done in the 4-year time period. Dr. Kong, are we going to be discussing the advisors that are present as well? Am I preemptive in this conversation?
No, I think today we have no time. We have not prepared to talk about that. If you want to talk, that will be great. Thank you.
Sure. I was just going to add that we have, for our health science majors, we have 3 different people basically at your disposal to help with this. One is the undergraduate advisor named Mona, who helps you guys plan your schedules. We have a gentleman named Randy, who is a specialist in these particular graduate degree areas. So he helps. And then we have a woman named Amy who helps with internships and career planning and writing of resumes. And you have an awful lot of support here in health sciences to try and get these things done in the 4-year period and get on track for graduate school if that's your desire. Even if it's not, you can see there's a few different tracks here that are maybe speaking to you because of your particular level of interest. So lots of good things here, and very proud to be part of this department.
Thank you so much. Any addition from our other faculty members?
I think the only thing that I would add is when we're talking about the applied human physiology is that's our track that prepares people for entrance to medical school, dental school, physical therapy school. So that will include the calculus requirements, the physics requirements, the advanced sciences requirements, and I think having these 3 distinct areas of study really lays out a roadmap that is easy to follow, easy to provide an opportunity to get to where you want to be, and there's plenty of support along the way.
Yeah, I'd like to add one more thing, if that's okay. In each of these areas of study, we're trying to minimize classes that you do not need to get into a graduate program. So, for example, in allied healthcare, there is no physics requirement. In applied human physiology, there is, and that's because medical school, dental school, physical therapy, they require physics. So we're not asking you to take classes that you don't need. So I think that's the beauty of these different areas of study. So we don't want you to waste your time. We'd rather have you take classes that are going to be more relevant for your future career path.
Thank you so much. Any other addition or any other thoughts to add? Okay, thank you. And then I will talk about the area of study in public health. This is a new area of study, and it really responds to the need to think about from the population health perspective. And we also are recruiting for new faculty members to join this one. Our public health would distinguish from other public health program is because we have really rigorous science training. And that really prepare people for their future careers in such as administration, health administration things. And we also will have a strong public health faculty members to really support you to get this exposure in the public health area, even you have taken, career goals other than that and go to the other area of studies. Thank you. Any other addition from our faculty members or our team? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, now I will turn this to Dr. Wilson to talk about the virtual anatomy lab.
Yeah, so you saw in the picture earlier, we have these anatomage tables. So on the left image there, you can see some of our students working on the table. And what these are real people donated their bodies to science, and then they made them into cartoons that they can section and rotate. And so you have like real human anatomy, but it's all virtual and in these big giant touchpad screens. And so our students can go in and tap on each structure and learn what it's called, rotate it around, see the deeper layers. And that is a really good learning tool. And then on the right image, you can see our microscopy images. And we also have thousands of cases of real patients that we can use. So in my neurophysiology class, we use some of those patient cases. So we develop your teaching and your learning around real patients and not just, memorizing structures. We try to really make it applicable to things that you'll learn in the future. And then Dr. Herkimer was in the lab. He's in the lab right now. So I don't know if his laptop is able to move or not, but he can spin it around for you if anyone can see Dr. Herkimer's computer. But it's a really neat space.
I'll,
We spend a lot of time in there.
I'll try this, but I can't see what you guys can see. So everyone has just left my lab, so it's empty right now. I'm waiting for some students to come in, but you can sort of see the mess that I have to clean up. And but it's sort of a great place to learn, just a great place to be.
Yeah, and we take anatomy usually as sophomores, although there's some flexibility in that. But we have small labs, as was pointed out in our chat earlier. Sometimes the lecture might be larger at Chapman, but very small labs. So you get really intimate experiences with your lab mates and with your professor. We tend to have, around 20 people in a lab or so. And we also have lab interns, so students that used to take the class and then have gone on to be juniors or seniors, and they come and help peer teach. So it's a really nice opportunity to also learn anatomy by teaching anatomy.
Thank you. Any addition from other faculty members? Thoughts, comments?
I just see a question in the chat that I guess I can speak to. Somebody's asking, first of all, I completely agree with everything that was just said, since I teach the lecture and I teach one or two of the lab sections as well in anatomy. It's a great opportunity for you guys to get to understand much more about the human body than just studying it in a book. But I'm seeing a question about how long does it take for how many years for physical therapy? And I would like to touch briefly on that, and then maybe have somebody back me up if they can about the bridge program. So they're asking about that as well. So in general, you would need to get a bachelor's degree in something and all the prerequisite courses met, which is what we were trying to kind of describe earlier, is that if you come to Chapman and you're a health science major, and you choose a particular track, you will have all your prerequisites met in those 4 years because the map is laid out for you. So for example, I didn't have that. It took me 5 years to get my bachelor's degree, get all the prerequisite courses and a minor done. And you get all that done here in 4 years with the help of some really significant planning. And then when you get accepted to the physical therapy program, it depends which program you go to. There's some variety in the length of time and the way in which the instruction is delivered. But here at Chapman, it's currently a 3-year, 9-semester, or 3 trimesters per year program. And I believe there is a bridge program, which I've heard a bit about, but I'm not really versed well enough to explain it in any kind of detail. Could somebody maybe take that over for me?
Yeah, we will have time to talk about the bridge program a little bit later with a slide. So possibly we can have more discussions at that time. Thank you. Okay, great. Okay, so let's go to our next lab. Human physiology lab. And anyone wants to talk about that?
Ken is probably the best person to talk about it, but I'm happy to get started. So in the human physiology lab, we use the lab in several courses. Our intro physiology, which is a 1-year course, we break up 12 body systems and do 6 body systems a year. This year, Dr. Sumita is doing half, Dr. Fish is doing the other half of the 12 systems. And then there's a lab associated right now with just 6 of the systems, and soon maybe all 12. But what the students are doing in this image are doing blood pressure. We have a bicycle ergometer, which measures how much work is being done. We can evaluate oxygen consumption, carbon dioxide production, blood lactate levels. We can look at hematocrits and A1Cs. We can do glucose tolerance tests. And it's really, really probably the best place to learn physiology because we do stuff on your body, and people tend to be interested on what's transpiring in their body. On the left, we see Dr. Sternlicht, who I don't think is here this afternoon, doing some pulmonary testing and evaluating certain lung functions. I think the physiology lab is the most fun thing of the entire curriculum, but maybe I'm prejudiced. And I welcome any questions about it.
I'll go ahead and say half a second, actually maybe 30 seconds, about the physiology lab. And students, you probably took science classes in high school, or maybe you're taking it now, where you have to do lab reports, right? You have to write introduction, methods, results, discussion. That's not what a healthcare provider does. So in our physiology lab, we're not going to make you do that, although you will be doing that in general biology and general chemistry. Can't help that. That's not our program. But in our physiology lab, we're going to teach you clinical skills. We're going to teach you how to take blood pressure, how to do a pulmonary function test, how to place the electrodes to run a 12-lead electrocardiogram, how to read those squiggly lines and interpret whether the person has any kind of ischemic heart disease or any type of an arrhythmia, and how to do reflexes. And our goal is to help you get a head start in doing these clinical skills so that when you get to grad school, this is our hope for all of you. Again, I mentioned that we not only want you to get in, but we want you to be a success once you get into that program. And here's my hope for all of you. If you were to come to Chapman, this is a constant thing I always say, is when you get into grad school and you already know how to take blood pressure, you already know how to interpret an electrocardiogram, I want that other person from a different undergraduate program ask you, how do you know how to do this already? And with pride, you're going to say, because I went to Chapman. And their next question is probably going to be, where's that? That's okay. You will know how to do these clinical skills, and that's going to be the focus of our physiology lab. I hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so we also have student health science student club, and actually we have our you know, let me see. Sorry about that. Where are we? Okay, health science student club. Actually, we have our student Ray joined us today. I think Ray is going to graduate in the spring 2026, right? Thank you. Would you please introduce yourself and briefly address this? What club have you attended? Some experiences there? Would that be good? Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Hello, everyone. My name is Ray. I'm a senior here at Chapman, health science major, emphasis in pre-physical therapy. Uh, I do so as a pre-physical therapist, I know of the pre-physical therapy and occupational therapy club. I'm not directly involved with them, but I know both of my good friends, the president, vice president of that club, and they usually have meetings like once a week, maybe once every other week, and they host PTs or host like seminars or host just a lot of different resources to get people more aware or how to navigate, applying to PT school. Personally, me, I do a lot of research at Rinker campus at the physical therapy school for Chapman, and that's about it.
Okay, thank you so much. And actually, that relates to our next slides about opportunities for our students. You talked about research, and we have research opportunities for students both at Rinker and at our Orange campus. And there are some kind of topics that if you are interested in, you will have opportunity to join that. For example, my own research is around resilience to disasters and talking about how people prepare and how their health change over time, this type of thing. And we also every year we have a kind of faculty research expo, and then that is more like a kind of job fair thing. And faculty members who are doing the research will go to a really huge hall, and then students will just come and just visit each faculty members in posters and to figure out the opportunities to work together. It's really fun. I was there this year and I enjoyed it a lot. I just got a lot of visit for from students and talking about working together. Okay, there are also internship opportunities, and like Dr. Espasa actually mentioned that we have advisor who really help you to connect you with the internship opportunities and look for kind of community opportunities for you and get you connected. And also we have anatomy lab interns, and it is hosted by our own department, like Dr. Wilson previously discussed. And also we have bridges and linkage program. Dr. Sumida, do you mind to talk a little bit about this bridge and the linkage program?
Yeah, I'll let somebody else start. I'm actually writing an email, responding to one of the students in the chat. So,
Okay, yeah.
can somebody do that, please?
Okay, yeah. So I will start, and if you have anything to add, please add. And we have bridge and the linkage program. So for the bridge programs, it usually refers to our own Chapman bridge. For example, with the DPT program, we have worked with them, and they have assigned advisor for us. So when you come here, and if you are interested in go to our DPT program, actually the DPT program is also hosted by our college. So there will be advisor contacting you and just give you guidance about how to apply and how to go to the next step. And if you come to Chapman, you are going to get guaranteed interview, not guaranteed to accept admission, but guaranteed interview to the program. So that is a big advantage of you to consider. And with good guidance, you may speed up the process. And also we have, also with a bridge with our own physician assistant program. And we also work very, very closely with them. And our pre-health advisor, like we previously discussed, will guide you to different programs. And we also talk with our business school, have this kind of connection, and they will have assigned advisor. If after 4 years, you want to go to get an MBA or something, there will be a bridge program for that. So just anyway, I just want to emphasize that we have really great resources for advising. So you are in good hands, and you have people to reach out to just make a great plan for your future. And then we also have some kind of bridge programs, linkage programs to other universities, and that is we will also help you to go to the next step if you're interested in that. Okay, I will stop here just in case some other faculty members want to join in this area. Okay.
You did a good job. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so is that the Q&A session, Erica?
Yes, although if Ray, is there anything else you want to share about yourself, specifically, just your time here, classes you've enjoyed or anything like that, for the students here to sort of hear about?
Yeah, so personally, I'm a transfer prior military service, so transferred in with a bunch of different credits and wasn't too sure like how I would succeed in school because it's been such a long time. But I can honestly say most, if not all, of my teachers have been really just great in fostering my growth. And I really do believe here at Chapman, as long as you try hard, you can succeed. I really do believe that, and I think the professors believe that as well.
Thank you so much. And then we will see whether there are some questions about you. So I think Ray really represents our students. I'm very proud of our students. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so actually, Erica, can we open the Q&A session? Would you please help to moderate the session?
Sure. We've been answering most of the questions, although if anyone has anything that hasn't been answered, do feel free to type it again. It might have gotten lost in the chat line. If you'd like to unmute yourself, do feel free to ask your question that way as well. But the current question in there is not something I'm not sure if we actually have the answer. How many students from the health sciences program get accepted into the bridge to the PA program? I'm not sure if anyone has that number. The PA program would have that number, unfortunately, and I don't have them here.
I roughly remember that not many applied, but I think the majority who applied really got admitted. That is my impression. I
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes. Mm.
I want to say I think at least 3 people from the last application cycle at our PA program admits 50 students. I believe 3 people from the last admission cycle made it in. I don't know how many of those students were bridge students because you can also apply regularly if you do not qualify for the bridge program. There's still there you just don't get guaranteed an interview, but you can still get an interview. So that's something to note as well. I do have someone asking to describe a little bit more about the curriculum of our public health program. Jen, would you like to take that?
Oh, yeah, thank you. And if you're interested, I can send you the link to our public health curriculum design. It is on the website, and we will start with introduction to public health, and then we will have just required also have some kind of shared courses with basic science like chemistry, biology, this kind of anatomy and physiology. But in the electives, we will have more like public health relevant courses like aging and mental health, community health, this part of things. So that is why I see public health in our department really unique. It has rigorous training in science. Thank you.
We have a question that is, what sets Chapman's Health Sciences program apart from other schools, and what's the long-term vision for the program?
Maybe could I just start with that, and then I'll let someone else do long term. But I think if you want to go to a school, and if you like miss a class at Chapman, we're going to run into you. The campus is small. We're going to run into you, and we're going to say, "Gee, we really missed you in class." If you want a big school and kind of hide, then Chapman may not be for you. We have what I would call an intimate program. We're close to the students. And when I see Ray here trying to hide, he's trying to hide from us. But no, Ray, are you in the car?
I am. I'm just coming back from research.
Okay. No. He's trying to hide from us, but we have cameras everywhere hidden in his car, and we were able to locate him. But I think we have a small program, and I think the proximity to the faculty really makes it special. We have really good faculty. I mean, everyone that I work with in this department is top notch, and having the ability to actually knock on a door and talk to a faculty member is something that you don't get at really big schools. So I won't speak to the future, but I'll let someone else take over that.
Let me jump in. Go ahead, Marshall.
I was just going to say again, as this is being my first semester teaching in this particular department, completely agree with what Dr. Frisch said. Not to mention, most our doors are just open if we're there. So that's easy access. Some of us have candy at our door, makes it even nicer. But something I've never seen before, and I did go to a big university undergraduate, is I teach the lecture for anatomy, and it's a lecture hall, so there's more students in that classroom, and the university provides a student intern. And so they are students who've previously taken the lecture exam or lecture course, done well, and they are there specifically. They come to each class, they take notes. My lectures are recorded so people can listen back. And then that student holds his own weekly office hours, or her own, mine happens to be a young man, but own office hours, makes worksheets for the exams. And it's just an additional opportunity to get assistance. And it's by somebody who's in that lecture every single session and has taken it before. So sometimes if it's an uncomfortable thing to come to talk to a professor, which I don't know would be because we're all so nice, but that's a peer matched opportunity to get questions answered. I saw a couple questions. I wonder if Ray still wouldn't mind. I saw some questions about the culture of undergraduate. Is it cutthroat, collaborative? Is it kindness? Is it high stakes pressure? I mean, I think there always is some pressure because people are trying to get into graduate school, but would you mind saying something about that?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I often get told I'm the unk of the class because I'm so much older, but I think that's just because we all just get along. We all like to have fun, we like to joke, and we all just work hard together. And I think no, I don't think it's cutthroat at all. I think it's a place that really rewards you for working hard and you find like-minded people.
Thank you. Sorry, Dr. Hookham, I kind of segued off of your comment, but back to you.
That's okay, Dr. Esparza. You always steal my thunder. No, the one other thing that I want to emphasize, because I think that was an amazing question, what sets us apart. And one of the things that I feel sets us apart is this unique blend of amazing research people who understand the research process, that work hand in hand with a group that understands the clinical application of that research. And so you get exposure to those who are applying this clinical information on a daily basis on real life patients. And there's those of us who are still patient care providers, while there's others of us in this department that are still doing research. So I just really think it's an amazing blend of that opportunity to really see both sides of the health sciences world.
Thank you so much. And let me talk a little bit about the long-term vision. And I think that we have got some agreement on which direction we are going to go. We have shared that we are a very close community, and we have small class, and we just have very tailored, individualized teaching and advising. And we also very proud of our advising system. You have different layers of advising. We have health science academic advisor, we have pre-health advisor and committee. We have career advisor, and we have our faculty members as mentor. In addition to all this kind of thing, we are really adopting the cutting edge technology into our department, like what we have said, the Amatage table you have just seen, and we also have virtual reality the headsets and installed, and we also have faculty members committed to the training of using this kind of cutting edge technology to just modernize, revolutionize our learning experiences. And also, we are trying to enhance our research opportunities for our students. And we are expanding. We are hiring new people. We just will do our best to highlight that area. Also, we have developed experimental courses like to engage community members into our teaching learning, like this kind of really hands-on, this kind of learning experiences to promote our students' clinical skills and, kind of the ways to interact with people in the future. So that is all we are very proud of. And we are also, we are very motivated department. So I think by this kind of by working together, we are really providing the best educational opportunities to prepare for the future. That is my little bit of thoughts. Anything to add, comments, and from other faculty members, something you have in mind? Okay, then thank you. We will see whether we have any other questions. Erica?
We have a couple questions sort of regarding course frequency. Is there ever any issue with getting the courses you need in a given semester, especially since our courses are so sequential? And a question about completing the program in about 3 years. I can answer some of it. I'm typing out a little bit of it now as well. Traditionally, we do have most students graduate in 4 years. Some students take an extra semester or an extra year after 4 years. And then we have a few students who graduate in 3.5, and a couple students who graduate in 3, though that's relatively uncommon. They usually come in with credits either from community college, or they come in with credits from high school that count towards their degree program to sort of help condense the remaining credits down. Because we're so sequential, it does sometimes become a challenge to make sure that the course you want is offered in the semester and you've completed all of the prerequisites before that point. But does anyone else have anything that they would love to chime in about on course offerings or sequential courses or anything like that?
I think one potential impediment to an early graduation is the growing trend to have double majors and being a double major. And maybe just because I'm old, I think you have plenty to do with one major. No one cares if you're a double major, except maybe the barista at Starbucks. If you're ordering something, you could tell them that. My counsel would be work really hard, do a good job in one major, and graduate within 4 years.
Something else to note, which thank you for reminding me, Dr. Frisch. All students at Chapman are required to take a themed inquiry, a minor, or a second major, in addition to their core degree requirements. And generally, the minors are in fields not directly related to health sciences. Same for the themed inquiries, sort of help you to get a better, more well-rounded education. So that is something you also need to consider. You won't just be able to take the 100 or the 68 core degree requirements in GEs. There is still a requirement of a minor or themed inquiry at least, which will add at least 2 semesters. Only so many credits can overlap.
I'd like to quickly say something, if that's okay. And as it pertains to your introductory basic science courses, for example, general biology and general chemistry, the first semester we implement what's called block scheduling, which means we guarantee a seat in that class. What we cannot guarantee is that it's going to be at the most optimal day and time. And that's Chapman's best guess in terms of how many science students we anticipate. And if we run out of seats, we'll open up more sections, we'll open up more labs. But that first semester, in terms of block scheduling, is a guess of how many science students we're going to have. You are not block scheduled in the second semester because now we know how many science students we have based upon the first semester. So that first semester, you will be block scheduled into general biology and general chemistry, a math class, for example. And then the second semester, we now know how many science students we have. It's no longer a guess. So that's very important to guarantee you a seat, because if you're behind in the very first semester, you're going to be behind, and we don't want you to be behind. We want you to graduate in 4 years because we cost too much money. So I think that's one thing that I'd like to say. The other thing is sometimes we can't help it. If there's a biology course that's closed, we don't own that class. Biology does. So if that happens, you have to talk to biology. If it's one of our courses, we will make every attempt to help you. But sometimes we're also limited by the classroom we're put in. We cannot break a fire marshal code and break the law. So if a class can only sit 30 people, I cannot have 31. Now I'm breaking the law. So sometimes we'll do the best we can if it's one of our classes to ensure that you get it, but without breaking the law in terms of a fire marshal code. And again, we can't help it if it's a biology course or a chemistry course. We don't own or have any jurisdiction over those. I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you. And we do engage in negotiation with other departments to help students to graduate on time. So we just encourage best for that. But I think that is because we are really close community. We're trying to solve the problem and help our students to our best capacity. Yeah, thank you. Any other questions?
We have about 10 minutes left. We have a question on high stakes pressure. Ray might be here. I guess see if has any answers for like how much pressure do you feel in classes? And then for the faculty, do classes grade on a curve or standard grading? A fun question, I am sure.
Um, High pressure. I may not be the right person to ask for this, but definitely some classes are very tough and you do spend a lot of time studying for them. Whether the professor curves or not is completely up to the professor. I've had some professors that curve, some that don't, completely up to their discretion. Have I ever felt pressure or stressed? Yes, but that's because I may have taken too many classes, or I try to juggle volunteer research and schoolwork.
Thanks. Any other faculty want to chime in? Okay. Let's see. I think we've gotten to most of the questions. I'm typing out an answer to one right now.
I can address the study abroad question, I think.
Yeah, if you would like to add anything to that, I put in just a brief summary, but if there's anything more you'd love to add, that would be great.
So Wendy poses that question about study abroad. My feeling is, first off, yes, you can do study abroad, but because this is largely a science-based program in our department, if you're going to do study abroad, take general education courses, try to stack up the general education courses so that you don't fall behind when you come back from an abroad experience. I had 3 kids go to Chapman, and all 3 studied abroad during their 4 years at Chapman, and so I guess my advice didn't go very far, but I really advise people to finish the degree and then go abroad and then study abroad. But yes, it is available, and kids in all departments go ahead and do it in different languages even. Yeah. But that's a good question, Wendy.
We have a question of if they're an SMP program. I'm not 100% sure. If anyone knows exactly what that means, I see that it could refer to an ROTC type program. I don't believe Chapman has anything if that is the reference, but if you would love to type in chat what SMP stands for, we can definitely try to get you a clearer answer. Special Master's Program. Okay. Do we have a special master's program? We don't have a postgrad. We don't have a postgrad program anymore. So we did used to have a pre-health post-baccalaureate program, but we no longer offer one. So if that is something that someone's looking into, usually they will take a look at other universities for that. We have a question about AP classes. Do we accept AP classes? We accept credits for AP classes.
The answer is yes. I mean, we do accept credits for AP classes, the university does, but our counsel generally is to take the courses that are prescribed in the curriculum. And the reason for that is that many graduate programs will not accept AP courses for their curriculum. And so you may have gotten a 4 or 5 on the AP course. You may get the credits for that in terms of the credits toward graduation, but we still advise you to take the general bio, take the physics, take the calculus, take the prereqs that we have here so that graduate programs will utilize them. Some graduate programs will not accept courses taken as AP courses. And if I could just add, I mean, it's not a bad idea. Our basic philosophy, as Dr. Sumita said, is to prepare you. We want you to succeed. And in many programs, the AP, I believe the AP programs really stress memorization. And what we're trying to do here is foster thinking. There are so many health professions out there. We want you to be prepared for any and many of them. And memorization is a great skill, but we really value thinking, looking at relationships. Can you see the subtext? And that comes with some experience in taking classes at Chapman.
Yeah, I'd merely like to emphasize that Dr. Frisch is absolutely correct as it pertains specifically to an admission requirement. So, for example, if medical schools require general biology for admission, some of them will accept AP and some of them will not. If you have an AP in history, they don't care about that one. It's again, the admissions requirements at some of the graduate programs will want to see a college level course on on your academic transcript. So again, it's specific to their admissions requirements and not necessarily to GE requirements. So if you have an AP history, Chapman will accept it. So will a graduate healthcare program. You have an AP sociology, should be fine as well. It's specifically their admissions requirements that some will accept AP and some will not. So I hope that clarifies it. Thank you.
On that theme, we have probably time for one last question. And it's also about credits, but specifically community college credits. I'm happy to give an answer on that and feel free to chime in if anyone else has anything to add. But Chapman does accept community college credits. I believe you can use 80 credits in total towards your degree requirements here. You will have to check to make sure everything transfers the way you expect it to. Sometimes courses just don't end up being equivalent. For example, transferring physics from a community college that doesn't teach physics as a calculus-based physics will not transfer to Chapman. It'll transfer as just math credit. But because Chapman requires a physics-based course, that is something that doesn't transfer directly. So we do accept community college credits. You can take them while you are a student. You can take them before you are a student. But you'll just need to double check with our articulation policy and our articulation team to make sure that what you're taking will transfer the way you expect it to. Anybody else have anything? We can
add one last thing, and I don't think it's been mentioned. If it has, then sorry, I wasn't paying attention. But the last thing that I wanted to convey is we do have different types of student clubs. For example, we have a pre-PT OT club. We have AMSA, which is American Medical Students Association club. We have a pre-PA club. So my understanding of these clubs is that one of the things that they will do is also invite admissions officers from local PA programs or medical schools who will come in and then talk about what the admissions requirements for that specific school. They'll also have group activities for community projects, etc. So it's one of those things where you can have other like-minded people in that same healthcare profession. So we have all these different clubs. Hopefully our department website is up to date in terms of how to become a member of those clubs. All right. So I just wanted to have a plug for those student healthcare clubs as well.
I think that's all we have time for. If you have any closing statements, Dr. Kong.
Yeah, I just want to thank you everyone for joining us for the session. And also I would encourage you to reach out to our health sciences department. We have a department email address, and feel free to reach out, and we will try our best to answer your questions and connect you to the right person. And thank you again for joining us for this afternoon.